My name is Jez. I am the Adult and Teen Programming Coordinator at the library. Today, I'm going to introduce you to some online games that you can play for free with your friends and family over Zoom, Facebook, or any other video chat service. All of these are free to use. They do not require an account, and you can play them without downloading any additional software or having specific devices other than your computer, tablet, or smartphone that you are using to access Zoom or whichever video service you're using. The first one we're going to look at is Categories. This is a classic party game. Many of you have probably played on the board game version. You can now play it online over Zoom. All you need is one person to access the website and share their screen, as I am doing now, and the rest of the people can write down their answers on a piece of paper or type them up in their Notes app on their own device. The goal of this game is to find an answer for every category using a specific letter in a timed challenge. This is at swellgarfo.com/categories. And once you are ready to play, everyone has their paper ready, you hit the play button and it will reveal the categories. Each of these categories, you need to pick one word, starting with the letter that is assigned. And for example, number 6, spices and herbs, you could put cumin or cinnamon. The goal is to pick an answer that is unique. And if you have the same answer as someone else, neither of you gets a point. And you want to fill in as many categories as possible. You'll notice there is a timer on the side here so that everyone can see how much time they have left. And then when you need to take a break, you can hit pause. It will hide the categories so no one can continue going. And then you just hit play again. And when the time is up, you'll all read your answers aloud, compare, and see how many points you've gotten. It's very easy to get a new list of categories or new letter. You can just hit restart and it will reload with new categories and a new letter. You can keep playing for as long as you want. And again, all you need is one person to share their screen. Not everyone needs to have this pulled up on their own device. Next, we have the classic game Pictionary, which is all about drawing prompts to get people to guess the hidden word. You can do this using the whiteboard feature in Zoom, or if you're using another service that does not have a whiteboard feature, you can have your own dry erase board or hold a piece of paper and draw on it while your friends and family make their guesses from their own homes. What you need to do to get the whiteboard is at the bottom of your screen, or possibly the top depending on your device. You'll click Share Screen, and you'll select the whiteboard option. Click Share, and now we have a whiteboard that anyone can access, and you can draw whatever you want. I recommend using a tablet or smartphone for this. It's a little bit easier to draw rather than using your mouse, but use whatever device you have, and you'll start drawing and people can guess. Now there is an online generator for Pictionary. It is at randomwordgenerator.com/Pictionary. You can pick a number of things. You can choose the game. Here we're doing Pictionary, but you'll notice that they have other themes as well, and I'll show you those in just a moment. And then you can pick the category, which is easy, medium, hard, and really hard. And you'll just generate random words. The word that comes up is the word that you need to draw and get people to guess. Only you will see this screen. You don't want to share your screen for this part, but you will take turns drawing and guessing. You can play this in teams if you like. It's very easy, and if something's too hard, just click Generate again, and you'll get a new word. Now here, we can choose Pictionary under Games, and we can change it to charades. So click Generate, and here you would have a charades theme that you could then act out over your video camera and have other people guess what it is, same as you would do in person at a party. So you won't be in the same space as everyone else, but they'll still be able to see you acting things out and they can make their guesses. And again, you can choose the category, level, so you can change it to hard, and you'll have to act out line dancing or minute. You can choose whatever level you want and take turns guessing, and again, you can play in teams if that is what works for you. Another option is playingcards.io. This is an online site that you can play card games together. You do not need an account. You will simply scroll down, pick a game that you want to play. So for example, if I want to play chess, I'll click on chess and you hit start game. And it will give you a unique link to share with the other person that you want to play with. That person will click there, and when you enter the game, you will both see the same screen. And to play, all you need to do is click on the piece and drag it where you want to go. The other person will do the same thing, and you'll see the move simultaneously on your screen as if you were playing in real life. You can play lots of different games this way. Playing cards has multiple options for you. Some of them are team games, some of them are one-on-one like checkers or chess. So there's some options here. And finally, I'm going to show you Kahoot. Kahoot you can use for a lot of different things. You can do trivia, you can do memory games. A lot of people use it for school or for work, but you can also use it for your virtual game night. There are a lot of pre-made games on Kahoot, but if you want to create your own, you can create an account. You do not need an account to play. All you need to do is click Explore Content, and it will bring up a lot of different categories that there are games for already. So I'm going to click on Disney because Disney has created a lot of their own games on Kahoot. When it comes up, simply scroll down and choose the game you want to play. I want to do trivia, so let's do trivia for the movie Cars. You click on it. Again, you have the option to sign up, but you can play as a guest. So click play as a guest if you don't want to create your own account. And it'll bring up this screen. You'll click continue as guest. And you can decide, do you want to play a single player or as teams? Single player, everyone has their own device and sends their answers in from that. Teams, you might have multiple people playing off of one device. So most likely, if you are playing with lots of different friends across the country, you'll want to do player versus player, but maybe a couple of people live together and want to use one device, you'll use teams. When you choose which one you want, just click the game. So I'm going to do classic. When the game comes up, you'll get a unique game pin, and that will be shared with everyone. You will need to share your screen for this, so you'll want to be using Zoom or some other option to share your screen. Only one person needs to share their screen. That's the person who is hosting. And everyone else will use their devices, their smartphone, their tablet, and they'll go to kahoot.it, or they can download the Kahoot app for free. So when you get to Kahoot, it'll give you a box to fill in that game pin. I'll type in the pin and click enter, and it'll give me the option to choose a nickname. Now, before we started and hit go, you could have turned on a filter so that people can't use inappropriate terms, but for the most part, everyone will use their own name, and if you know the people in the group, you probably don't need to turn on additional filters. So I'm going to put in my name and click go on my own device, and now you'll see on the main screen that my name has popped up as one of the players. When everyone is in and ready to play, you click start, and it will bring up the questions. So it's going to count down to the first question. And this one will give you a picture that slowly reveals itself. And you'll have the answers here on the screen. And on their device, they'll see only the color and the symbols. So you'll need to be able to see the screen to answer. I'm going to answer with Lightning McQueen, which is correct. And then here, when everyone has answered or time runs out, you can see how many people answered correctly. And then you also get an amount of points based on how quickly you answer. So I waited a moment to answer this one because I was explaining what was going on. And I got 737 points. And when I click next, it will show you everyone who is playing, and they will show them in ranking based on the points that they have. Now, I'm the only one playing at the moment, but if there was someone else, these numbers might change depending on who answers more correctly or who answers more correctly faster. There are thousands of free games on Kahoot. You can do a search, or you can click that Discover and browse the main categories that we have here. So if you wanted to do Marvel or the United Nations, there are a lot of teaching games on here for schools, but there's a lot of just fun things to do with your friends and family. You can also create your own Kahoot with individual questions, customize it. You will need to create an account, but it is free. And again, only one person needs to share their screen, that is the host, and everyone else answers from their own devices. So all of these games are free online. All you need is a device with internet access, and you can play together from wherever you are using screen share or just video in Zoom, Facebook, Google Meet, any virtual video chat program that you have and prefer. So this is open to anybody. And again, these are all free. So please play around with them and have fun at your next virtual game night.